Hello there. My name is Mark Palmer, and as a brief introduction, I've been involved in the policing of electrical installations as an approved inspection authority for about 22 years. I also have been involved with OHS training in the application of electrical standards for many years and sit on several SANS working groups. I would like you to join me on an important seminar to outline implications to employers with the publication of the new Occupational Health and Safety Amendment Bill. In particular, direct implications to employers in relation to machinery, responsibilities, scopes of authority, risk assessment, and the health and safety management system as envisaged by the bill. It is unfortunate that in all industries, most accidents, fatalities, and serious injuries have resulted from breach of safety rules in low voltage operations. Particular reference here to OHS Act Section 82J, as well as Section 37(1)B in LV plant environments, has led to many employers not adequately placing sufficient emphasis on their safety management systems in maintenance and operation of their LV systems. In many cases, employers only make provision for authorization in HV systems. The implementation of safety rules for both LV as well as MV systems should therefore be seen as valuable guidelines to ensure safe working conditions. The Gazetted Occupational Health and Safety Amendment Bill of 2020 is going to necessitate employers revisit their safety management systems and was reinforced by the new Chief Inspector of Occupational Health and Safety, Mr. Pamudzo Mapapa, at a recent OHS seminar. The Chief Inspector emphasized, inter alia, the following points at the SIOSH conference of 2022 a short while ago. When looking at the current Occupational Health and Safety Act, we see that it has its origins back in the Factories Act of 1918, particular Act 28 of 1918, which was promulgated and set out a standard for South Africa's industry. The Factories Act was improved on and replaced by the Factories, Machinery and Building Work Act of 1941. This act placed duties and responsibilities then on both users, occupiers of factories, and well as builders. 40 years later, we saw the introduction of the Machinery and Occupational Safety Act of 1983, the MOS Act as it was then known. 10 years later, by the Occupational Health and Safety Act of 1993, being Act 85 of 1993, and what was notable in this act was the introduction of occupational health. This will now be followed by the Occupational Health and Safety Amendment Bill of 442 of the 14th of April of 2021. The new bill has a number of important changes. In particular, we have seen the introduction of a definition of a health and safety management system. And this definition then means a coordinated, comprehensive set of interrelated or interacting elements to establish occupational health and safety policy and objectives in order to optimally manage health and safety. In addition to the previous definition, we now see a definition of a risk assessment. And a risk assessment then means the process of evaluating the risks to an employee, a person's health and safety from workplace hazards, and is a systematic assessment of all aspects of work that considers, firstly, a complete hazard identification of all who may be affected by the hazard, how the person is affected, and the analysis and evaluation of the risk. And very importantly then, prioritization of risks as well. We see then that the previous definitions are going to have a very, very big impact on the way employers now deal with health and safety management systems. And this program is going to endeavor to develop the required skills of all electrical as well as managerial personnel involved in safety procedures in order to ensure common understanding of the application of legislation as envisaged by the Department of Employment and Labour, with particular reference to these proposed changes in the Act. Procedures again required for the removal of plant LV and MV systems to perform safe worker maintenance, as well as the return of such plant back into service, therefore is going to need careful planning. Authorization for employees when dealing with entry into switch and transformer premises and or switching requirements of both MV and LV electrical installations is often a misunderstood environment, especially when faced with more rigid HV requirements applicable to utility networks. As many rules and regulations then for HV systems are specific requirements for utility network operators, employers in plant LV systems must ensure that the requirements of the Occupational Health and Safety Act and its regulations are going to be complied with. Please contact the sales consultant for further details of the program, as well as for dates and venues, and I hope to see you soon so that we can then unpack these important changes as envisaged now by the new Occupational Health and Safety Bill.